Hi Gemini, welcome to Yellow Cardinal Tarot with me. My name is Carol and this is going to be a general reading for you for May 2025. And Gemini, in today's reading we're going to be looking at your healing journey, and in particular I'm going to be using the Healing Yourself reading cards, and they really help me out. These are cards by Ines Segal. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a situation where I'm going to look at what situation you're sitting in. So where you're at, what you need to focus on. And then I'll look at your past. So I'm going to look at the origin of the situation and kind of get a backstory of it. And then I'm going to look at your future. I'm going to look at the possibilities of a future outcome once you heal this or go towards healing it. And then I'll look at a final message that you need to understand. So I'm going to set this up. Before I do that, I just wanted to say that I'm using the Curious Travels deck here for you, and I'll also be using the Tarot Vintage. And I will, I'm pulling 4 cards from Heal Yourself cards. And so I'll see you in just a few seconds. All right, Gemini, I'm back. So let's begin with, I'm going to begin with the past. So let's look at the past story, the backstory of the situation that you're sitting in, which we'll get to in a minute. And you got your first card. It's interesting because I think I pulled out the first 2 cards are the same as Cancer's reading. So, and I just did that. So it's weird when that happens. So family and tribe. Be very discerning with other people's opinions. Become aware of how the beliefs of your family and tribe are influencing you. What did you learn about relationships, money, and opportunities when you were younger? Ask yourself, am I still carrying some of these outdated beliefs? Am I trying to seek love and approval from my family by doing what they want me to do? An important question to ask yourself is whether you are living your life in order to make someone else or yourself happy. This card asks you to examine your loyalties, your family beliefs, superstitions, and rituals that have power over you. Let go of anything that is not serving you. You are also being asked to face your fears of being different and embrace your uniqueness, even if others don't understand, and improve your actions. So, definitely, what family beliefs do you need to let go of right now? And right behind it as a clarifier, you have the 3 of Cups in reverse. In an upright position, the 3 of Cups speaks about these feminine energies that are celebrating their cups, their 3 of Cups, and it's a coming together. It's celebrating their feminine side. And our feminine side, like we all have a masculine side and a feminine side, has nothing to do with gender. But the feminine side of us is the one that's been repressed over the years. And I can see here that there's a bit of definitely a slant towards you getting to know that feminine side to you. And you're going to see it come out, and I'll tell you all about it. But you have 2 queens here, and you also have, you have the 10 of Cups, which is, all about emotions. And then you have also some masculine cards coming out. Actually, you have 3 queens. One, you have the Sword, the Pentacle, and the Cups. That's incredible. And so that's all feminine energy, the Queen. Queens of my deck is our feminine side, and the King is my masculine side. So you're going to see a little bit of both kind of battling it out. But I'm really seeing that. I think you need to become aware, Gemini. And again, it has nothing to do with gender. If you're male, if you're, you identify as male and you're watching this, you have a feminine side. We all do. And it's time now that you start to celebrate that. It's time now that you start to embrace that, because that is what is going to bring you towards your healing when you start to embrace it, especially with the 10 of Cups coming in, those emotions. And those are very much our feminine side. And so you have, as further clarifiers for that, you have your Queen of Cups and the 10 of Swords here in reverse. But Queen of Cups, so here's the feminine side, the Queen. And she comes in as, asking you to take on this quality that she has. And it's, how see how the water's flowing at her feet? It's this quality of emotions And that's the real feminine side that needs to come out for you right now, is your emotional side. And I think like you are a masculine side. Like you are a sign that's, you know, often thinking about things in your head. So maybe has a tendency to stay up in your head. And so I think what's happening is, Gemini, this is really a reading for you to kind of say, okay, it's time now that we're going to focus on this other part that you have, and that's your body, right? And your emotions, because your emotions are sitting in your body. They're not up in your head. And we will stay up in our head, because that's where the ego wants us to stay, because that's safe. Our emotions aren't up there. And here's your 10 of Swords. And so what are the swords? The swords are our mental energy. It's our belief systems. It's those things that we told ourselves all our life. It's the things that people told you. You just got this family of tribe card. And it's what family beliefs do you need to let go of because they no longer serve you. Well, look what's happened to all these beliefs that each one of these swords is something that your family or your tribe has told you growing up. You know, all these things that you continue to believe about yourself, all these things that you continue to repeat in your head. Your ego self will repeat all these things, you know. You're unworthy. Who do you think you are? You're this, you're that. But look what it's done to you. This is you. You've believed all of them. And look where it's got you. Right? It's done you in. So much so that this is in reverse. And it's done you in, and it wants you to realize this is what it's done. Because I think you've been not wanting to. Because it's in reverse, it's like maybe you've not wanted to look at this. Maybe you've known that you have all these beliefs. But I think maybe you're starting to go, is this really true? Like, and this is what this is really wanting you to do, this reading too, is like, are these really true? You're going to continue to believe them? And so let's look at what the situation is. Where are you now with this? You know, what's going on right now? What do you need to focus on presently? So you got number 28, which is the 28 is the love card. And it's in reverse because when the card is in reverse in this deck, Ina Segal, who is the, you know, she made this deck. So she said that you need to focus on this. This is what you really need to focus on right now. Let go of your limiting beliefs about love. Your heart desires more connections, love, and nourishment. You're at a point in your life where you need to learn how to truly give and receive love. Fully opening your heart will awaken your vulnerability, sensitivity, and fear. In particular, your fear of rejection and intimacy with another person. However, you will also unleash your passion, your inspiration, your greatness, and an ability to care deeply. Start seeing how great life is and be willing to connect to others. If you have been holding on to past pain, then it is time to acknowledge, feel, and move forward. Give yourself permission to let people in. Ask for love with all your heart and soul, and it will come. Focus on feeling good whenever you see people loving each other, and know that this is coming to you in a form of love of a lifetime or an incredible friendship. So let's get some more clarifications about what past pain you need to feel to heal. And again, this is telling me it's all about feeling and letting go something. Well, you have the 6 of Wands in a sideways position, which means that, you know, there's it could have been like it's starting to happen, you know, it's starting to turn up, right? And maybe there was a resistance to looking at this card, the 6 of Wands. This card has this victory wreath around the horse here as it's walking through these wands, right? And so on when you first look at this card, it looks like it's a victory card, and a lot of tarot cards readers will call it the victory card. It is the victory card. But for me, my 6s have a duality to them, all of them in the deck, which means that on one hand, this looks like a victory, but there's something else that's lost in this card. So there's some real loss here. And because this is a healing channel, I see this card as grief. It's a card that says there's some real grieving here that needs to come out here for you. Some real grieving about this loss that needs to happen for you. You know, loss of what you thought. And when we grieve, and especially if we have to let people go or let go of things that we've believed all our life, and we start to realize, oh my God, I've been living all this life and I've been believing all this stuff about me. And there's a real need to grieve all of that and let all of that go. But that requires getting back into your body, right? Where this feminine side is coming here. Because you're meant to have this 10 of Cups. You're meant to have that full range of emotion. We're meant to feel all these emotions, right? We were given all these emotions to feel. But we tend to just keep them inside and block them. Our ego self will block all these emotions, and that's why it keeps us up in our head. Emotions are meant to come in. We feel them, we process them, and we move them out. And here's the Queen of Pentacles for you. And she's the Queen. Right now, she's in reverse. And again, she's our feminine side, but she's the Queen of Pentacles. And this is a reminder of, you know, she says, you know, in order to feel these emotions, you need to be in your body. The Pentacle is about the body. It's about getting into our body and grounding. It's the earth. The Pentacle is the earth element, right? And learning how to ground and get back into your body and out of your head. But this is in reverse, so I'm wondering here if maybe like you've been sitting in some depression, right? Sometimes that can really block us. Because this Queen, she can get really, really depressed. And because she's been fighting, she's been wanting you, this feminine side of you has been wanting you to feel, has been wanting you to get back in your body and start to feel these emotions. And so that's where you are right now. There's a real call for you to get at your emotions, particularly the grief that you need to feel. And so what is the future? What's the possibilities here? What's the future outcome for you? If you start to feel this grief. So you have number 26, which is letting go. This situation has served its purpose. You're being challenged to change your point of view and recognize that this particular relationship has run its course. Although you might be afraid to let go, the universe has a new opportunity for you, which will allow you to experience the kind of passion and satisfaction you have always dreamed of. So saying goodbye is never easy and can make you feel like you're a failure. You must not allow yourself to be persuaded by other people or your own doubts to keep holding on. It is important that during the letting go process, you are gentle with yourself. Allow yourself to have alone time to write, to meditate, to paint, to sing, to dance. Do whatever you can to heal and let go of the pain that is holding you back. Recognize that your spirit is beckoning you to grow. And that's that pull that we're feeling towards that feminine side of you to feel. And you have a Page of Cups right behind it. And if I had to pick the most important card on this table right now, I'm going to pick this one right here. Always the Page of Cups when it shows up. It's in reverse here because it's blocked. And the pages in my deck are our inner children. And in particular, the Page of Cups is that one inner child that will wreak the most havoc in your life. It's called the love seeker. It has the cup to back it up. It has love to back it up. It's that one part of you that will continue to chase people, that one savior in your life that'll continue to invite all these toxic people into your life, toxic relationships, because it repeats patterns of our past. It's that one that will be the people pleaser. It'll turn into the chameleon. It'll do whatever anyone wants, so that they just love you. And it's the one part of you that just wants to be loved. And guess what? It's the one part of you that needs to heal. And in order to heal this part, it's the part of you that holds your grief. So much grief. It's the part of you that you need to grieve. in order to heal, to start to heal this part of you. And that's the letting go that needs to take place. There's a relationship that has run its course. There's somebody that you need to let go here. Whether it's a family member, whether it's a platonic relationship, it could be a friend, it could be a colleague at work. And you'll know this is a general reading. So there's someone here that needs to let go. There's a relationship that's run its course. And on this healing journey, we need to let go sometimes of people. And it can happen once, it can happen twice. I've had to let go many people. And there's a video that I'm going to leave you with at the end, and it's called my 10 powerful lessons that I've learned on my own intensive healing journey that I've been on for the last 8 years. And one of the things is, powerful lessons I've learned in there is you'll lose people along the way. And so it's coming here for you to let go, but you need to do the grieving first. And grieve the letting go of not the person, but of the relationship that you thought would have been. So it's grieving that relationship and what you thought it was supposed to be. And that's what you grieve, and you get time. And I'll talk about, I won't say any more because it's coming up of the message, that your final message for you. But let's talk about these two cards about letting go. This situation has served its purpose. You get the Emperor card here, and the Emperor is number 4 in the Major Arcana. It's a Major Arcana card, so it's very powerful energy around you. And it talks about this Emperor that's been sitting, I call him Mr. Emperor because he demands respect. He's been sitting on this cement chair for a long time. The number 4 is a real solid number. And he's been sitting here ruling this city that's in the back. You can see some mountains here. He's been sitting there for so long, he hasn't gotten out. He's too stiff. He can't get off his chair now because he's just so sure of himself, because this is the Emperor and he's the one that sets all the rules of society. He's the one that, and we follow all these imaginary rules of society. And so it's like, what sort of rules have you been following that say that you can't let go? What have you been taught? What do you know? How have you been wired that says, you can't let this person go? You're not allowed to. What does it say? Oh, you're going to be a bad person. Oh, you have no right to do this. Listen to those messages. I journal from those messages. You have no right to let go of this person. You're a terrible person if you do this, because that's your ego self. Those are the messages you heard from, people growing up, or society. What's the society say about walking away from family? What belief systems are you holding on to? Imaginary belief systems. Whose belief systems are those? Are they yours? I think that was the first thing that the family tribe said. What family belief systems you need to let go of? They're no longer serving you. You have 2 cards of letting go here, the main healing cards here. And the last card that comes in is a Judgment card. And the Judgment card is another Major Arcana card, and it's the second last card in the deck. It's about awareness, judgment. Look at this angel waking these people up. Waking these people up from their coffin. They've been dead, been sleeping for a long time. And I think this is what's happening with you. I think there's a real wake-up call here for you. It's like you have been sleeping. You have been believing all these belief systems. And all of a sudden it's like, I think it's time to wake up. Once you start to wake up to this and start going, whoa, wait a minute here. What's this bullshit I've been following all along? And all these people told me these things. It's not what I believe. These imaginary rules you've been following. And so what's the overall message? What do you need to understand here? Well, number 34, this card hasn't come out for a bit. It's the Entrapment card. And it says, you are letting too many things in your environment control your life. So you've drawn this card because it's time for a shift in personal power. You are encouraged to take responsibility for your life and choose new ways of thinking that create change. The reality is that for you to make the changes you want, and you desire. You need a system, a daily discipline and motivation. As long as you blame outside influences for any circumstances in your life, you're powerless. It's the government, your abusive background, the interest rates, and the bank's fault. So the system that many ultra successful people use is they read books every day, they listen to audios, they go to as many seminars as they can. They practice recognizing others' achievements and form relationships with like-minded people. So you were letting too many things in your environment control you. So what area of your life do you need to make changes and take back your power? Very powerful. Now, in order to know what area of your life and be certain and really get in touch with your intuition, which is your inner knowing, you get the Four of Swords card. And the Four of Swords card, my tongue isn't working right now. The Four of Swords card says, this is my card of stillness, which is another feminine quality, by the way. The feminine in us says we need to take some time out. We need to carve out time for ourselves and get still and get grounded into our body, because you had the Queen of Pentacles that says it's time. But now you have the third queen here that says, here's the queen that carries the sword. So we talked about the swords being, mental beliefs, these mental beliefs that, did you in at the beginning. Well, she has that one sword in her hand, and that's the sword of your authenticity, your truth, right? It's the sword that's going to cut through this bullshit that you've been believing, all these belief systems, and she's going to take you, her energy, it's going to take you towards your authentic self, who you really are, right? And then finally the World card here, which is in reverse. I see the World card as a card of closure for you. I think you're needing closure. Right now you don't have it. I think there's some closure. And this also talks about, once you get the closure, it's going to lead you to a new chapter. Like, I think there's something beyond this now. I really think that, when you take this step to grieve, that part of you, that inner child right here, that little love seeker card that needs to grieve, because you need to let some people go. There's a real letting go, and we grieve in order to let go, right? And then I think once you're going to know what step you need to take, what you need to let go of, who you need to let go of, and you're going to go towards this new chapter, this closure. Once you get closure, it's going to lead you into a different direction. And so this is a fascinating reading for you. I'll leave the 10 powerful lessons video for you at the end. And I want you to have compassion for yourself, Gemini, for what you're working through. This is definitely a very difficult journey, but it's the most important one in your life. So take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.